Hey, I'm Coach Cooper, and you're listening to The Boys on Missin Curfew.
Can I get a round of applause, everyone? It reminds me of the waste management. Today, I'm excited to announce Manscaped launched their Ultra Premier Collection. Believe it or not, it's for your not-so-private parts. I'm talking about a leveled-up hygiene routine with your favorite manly scents.
I can smell you from here, bud. You smell delicious. Oh. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe, even if you got those toe hairs, literally. Manscaped is trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. What's that code, Obs?
Curfew.
That is right. We all know how essential the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is for that precise trim around the waist, Obs. Their advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts to your most delicate areas. But now you can enhance your perfect grooming routine with their Ultra Premium Collection. What does the package include?
Manscaped Premier Deodorant. No, not for your balls, but for your stanky armpits. This deodorant dries clean, is aluminum free, and smells like their signature scent.
I mean, tattoos or dry skin? Well, this spray-on lotion is designed to keep your skin feeling moisturized, smooth, and fresh. Body wash, too. Lather up with their infused aloe vera and sea salt shower gel, fella.
I use the 2-in-1 shampoo and body wash as we speak. It's unbelievable, Updogg. It's National League. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code
Curfew
at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Curfew at manscaped.com.
The power of attraction is now in a bottle thanks to Manscaped.
Welcome back to a fresh episode of Missin Curfew. I'm Shane O'Brien.
And I'm in the mountains. Scottie Upshall. How are you, Mr. O'Brien?
Aspen Updogg. What's up, buddy?
Aspen, baby.
Look at those. What are those headphones? Those headphones are nice.
New headphones, Obs. I got these puppies in the airport, actually, when we came back from Nashville. You know when you miss like an AirPod?
Oh.
And you're like, I got to get these. There's no chance I'm going to be able to make it through this flight with no headphones. So no. I stepped up. I got these puppies. Little did I know they'd be working on this podcast, looking sharp. So it's nice to be here. It's a little chilly, bud. It's a little chilly up here. I got to say, my lips and my cheeks were a little frostbitten yesterday coming down that hill.
How's the skin holding up? It's dry there. You got to get the moisturizer out for not just whack it off, but fucking for your face too.
I know. There's not enough coconut oil up here to just keep my skis running smooth.
As Loop says, break out the Jergens, eh? Break out the Jergens.
Break out the Jergens. No, I've been just crushing this Mountain Valley water. You know, shout out to these guys. It's some solid stuff.
A little free ad there. A little free ad.
You got to keep the moisturizer on the lips, bud.
Hey, how many AirPods, speaking of AirPods, do you think you've lost in your career?
A lot. You know what's funny is this morning I was searching for this one single AirPod all over downtown today. I went to the rec center where I had Izzy swimming yesterday, which was an adventure.
I bet.
I thought I left it there. And then went down to the gondola at the bottom of the hill and was just literally searching around with my phone. I could see it on my Find My iPhone. And lo and behold, go to the little lost and found desk, Obs, at the ticket counter there at the gondola. And I walk in, and the lady's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, looking for that little AirPod. Is there lost and found? She said, "Yeah, over here." Sure enough, found it. So I'm back. But Obs, I've probably been through about, I'd say 8 pairs.
Yeah, me too. And that's like funny a needle in a haystack that you found that fucking thing in Aspen, the white with the white snow.
Yeah.
Good find. I'll tell you what, I've lost so many AirPods, but the fucking old rankety pair that I have that has the string on it still or whatever, the wire, I couldn't lose those fucking things if I tried. Like, you know, obviously because they're attached to your phone, right? And those are
and they got the string.
And you're right. When you ski, they're better to ski with the one with the wire, right? Because they fall out. You're on the mountain. You're fucking in one. So
you're in one. Yeah.
Have you got some good?
Is that what you use? That's what you use when you walk, right? The little ones.
I use the AirPods.
The wire?
I use the AirPods when I walk.
All right.
But I lost my AirPods in one of the fella tours. I think it was Vegas. I came back and I was using the wires on my walk forever. I had it tucked under the shirt with the thing and it get caught in my fucking pocket. And I'm like, so I went into Apple. I bought 2 pairs of AirPods just because I know I bought a backup pair ups just because I know.
Smart man.
Have you got some good runs in? How's Mac L doing up there? Is he flying? He's flying.
Oh, he took me down a couple runs yesterday. He was buzzing. But he's working hard. He's building this thing here. But the snow was good yesterday. We had a little snow day Monday night. Yesterday was a good packed day, and then we're expecting some snow here tomorrow. So I think I'm going to stick around.
Have you seen Loops on the skis yet? Because he's a snowboarder, and is he any good?
I have not seen him on the skis, but he said his quads were burning last week. He went out 2 days in a row, and you know him. He's not going to let anyone fly down the hill faster than him, no matter what he's on. But he said his groins and his legs were absolutely barking. I saw him this morning for a quick run. I went and I had Christina on the hill today. She was, buzzing down. And then Loops met up. He's headed to Tulum this week.
He fucking tough life.
He's headed to a music festival in Tulum. He's got Rufus Del Sol 2 nights, Bob Moses.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I got invited on that same trip last week with Stacy and Tommy. They had 2 extra tickets, and I almost went, but I was just like, I can't force another trip like that. But Bob Moses and Rufus Del Sol in Tulum would be fucking National League ups.
I hear you. Have you ever been to Tulum?
Never been.
Yeah, it's a time.
I bet.
I came back with a headache, a couple beads around my neck, and some dream catchers.
How much fucking money this Loop will make, by the way? The guy doesn't work. He just fucking goes around spending money. What's his portfolio looking like right now?
I don't know.
Is he holding
a lot of real estate? And shit. I mean, by the looks of it, he's doing all right.
Yeah, I'm just saying, did he have some investments that he fucking held out on the boys, that he hit a couple home runs or what? Because he's living life. So, Aspen and Updogg, Newport Beach Country Club. Shout out to Todd Pickup, Joe Moody. They had the whole classic there this weekend. I went over and watched the old boys hit some balls Wednesday. My boy Mike Igling from Tampa hooked me up with some passes. Freddie, Ernie, Furyk, Miguel Hamel Jimenez, Darren Clark, just a bunch of fucking beauties, man. It was great to just see the old boys up, dog.
It absolutely was. You know who I saw, Obi, on Saturday? I was cruising around with Billy Quinn and his beautiful wife, Stacy, was Rocco Mediate.
Yeah. Was he smoking a cigar? I saw him too.
He had a stogie on 10 green. Okay, he hits the green in 2. He comes up. He's got the long putter. He putts it like DeChambeau, actually. Straight arm, long putter. It's a tough look. But anyway, what wasn't tough was his outfit.
His outfit was sick.
He had on these black, like Lululemon joggers. He had the sickest pair of Nike Air Jordans on, like high tops. And then he had this camo gray and black hoodie that was like a sick vest. It was chilly, by the way, Saturday. You had a T-shirt on when I saw you.
No, I had a fucking long sleeve little Nike.
Did you have the long sleeve on?
I was actually cold.
It was cold Saturday. Like
I
we
was
went out.
fucking
if you were in the
hung,
sunshine there.
Oh, I was hung.
How'd you like to hit that shot on 17 in that wind?
I would have hit just a little knockdowner. Hey, I would have taken about his fucking six iron and just knocked her down.
The fucking grandstands.
I would have rattled her off the back grandstand, 100%. No, it was playing hard, man.
Tight around the green.
That course, when they get her firm and fast like that with the Kikuyu up, dog, it's dicey. Those guys can still hit it. Goosen won it at like 12 under, 13 under. But hey, I saw Rocco on Sunday. I went over on Sunday, had a nice swim and a nice walk in the morning, went over, and Rocco had the same kind of outfit on, but blue, with sick like track pants on with a sick vest and a stogie. And I was like, Rocco, that's good living out there.
100%. I don't want to wear anything else when I golf.
No.
I'm sick of this golf shirt type mentality. I think that everyone's got to loosen this up. Just take a page out of Rocco Mediate's book.
Tarps off, eh, Ups?
Tarps off.
We need a good golf trip coming up, me and you. So we're going to get that dialed in. But listen, so I go to the range on Wednesday, and there's old Fluff carrying Jim Furyk's bag still. This guy's 72 up, dog. He looks like he could fucking go at any moment here. The bag's bigger than him.
He better keep moving, eh?
I just start throwing dirt on him. I wanted to yell at Jim Furyk, be like, hey, get Fluff a lighter bag. Like, you don't need your tour bag on the Champions Tour. Get him a little pencil bag. But anyways, he had the high tops on, Nikes. They weren't Air Jordans up, dog. They were like fucking Costco Nike high tops. You know the ones I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I go to my buddy Mikey. I go, dude, Fluff's still carrying the bag. He goes, dude, listen to this stat. Fluff has carried the bag and walked so many steps that it's 3 times around the world, Uppy. He's walked 3 times around the world carrying a fucking golf bag.
Hopefully that's on some flat surface, not up a fucking mountain.
Oh, man. I was like,
I look
at my buddy Mikey. I go, are you fucking with me, bro? He goes, no, man. And I don't know, Maxie, if you could pull up real quick how many steps it is around the world, or I don't know what it would be, but like, dude, that's what he said. I'm like, you're pulling my leg.
How old was Fluff when he had Tiger? Was he in his 50s?
Oh, fuck no.
in his
Fluff
50s.
was like, Fluff's 72 now, maybe.
Yeah,
he
if Tiger was 20 carrying, and Fluff was carrying his, like that's 20, let's say 23, 24 years. I mean, yeah, he had to have been, if he's 70 something now,
72
he was 50 carrying Tiger.
Maxie, how many is it, fella?
It's like 20 million steps.
20 million steps one time around the world?
That's one time.
Fuck, that's a lot of steps. I don't know. Maybe Mikey was fucking with me, but I was
What
like,
would the Apple Watch say there?
I said, that's what I said. I said, get an Apple
Go to
Watch on.
bed. Go to bed.
How's the back feeling, Fluff? He's just like, you talk about bad posture, up dog. Like I don't have the best posture. Fluff was like this, like just from carrying it, right? Like he needs
You need a personal just tugger with him all the time.
I was gonna give him
Where's Fluff? I need my putter. Yeah, he's getting a tugger in the back there. He's carried the bag for 48 years.
The boys better be giving us some tuggers on the road for sure. But Retief Goosen won it up. It was a great event, whole classic. Balboa Bay Club, Newport Beach Country Club, Todd Pickup, first class all the way. Updogg Players Week, fella. I've been watching live at the Players the last couple days. Have you ever played Sawgrass?
I have never, but Stephen Weiss in Florida used to go up and play it all the time. It was a little far for a little trek to get up there.
Yeah, Jacksonville,
from South Florida.
Yeah,
a little trek, but I mean, what a tournament! Exciting time. It's always after the Arnold Palmer Invitational too, so the guys are always fired up out east. Who do you like, bud? Who do you like this week?
Listen to this, buddy. I'm going home field advantage. A guy I don't even really like. I believe I chirped him to you when we were in Scottsdale at the Waste Management, but I got Billy Horschel, Florida Gator, Florida guy, I believe. Played well last week at Bay Hill. Played
second at Bay Hill, yeah.
He's going off. I got him. I put down 1,000 to win 40,000 on my DraftKings app. So that's the guy I'm going with. I'm not going to go with anybody else, I don't think, right now. The thing about this course is there's never been, for you people out there that are thinking about going on DraftKings, there's never been back-to-back winners ever. So Justin Thomas is defending champ. This course keeps everyone in there. I think Webb Simpson's a dark horse. I think that guy Tom Hoagie or whatever, Hoge, is a dark horse. Hoagies and grinders. Hoagies and grinders. Who do you like, Updogg?
Oh, I'm looking at the DraftKings app as I speak to you here, fella. I don't know how you don't take, these bets, the top 10 finish bets are just, for me, it's gold. I mean, if we want to speak about a winner, I mean, it's hard to not think that Cantlay's, his game is just so damn good. I mean, the stats on him, like not making bogey after, I think he went like 16, 17 rounds, no bogeys at one point in the last year. Like this guy's just solid from everywhere.
He's so good, but so boring.
He's plus 2,000 to win.
Wow.
But he's plus 225 to come top 10. I mean, that's just that's not even a shot in the dark. That's just free money, I think.
Yeah,
that's
and
free money.
It's a great point by you. And speaking of top 10s, if people out there want to get relaxed on the DraftKings, is I guess John Rahm at this age has a better, this is hard to believe, Uppy, and maybe I'm fucking throwing out fake news again here, but has a better top 10 percentage than Tiger did at the same age. So John Rahm is a top 10 making machine. So people moving forward. And Updogg, Sergio Garcia, I'm going to probably put some cheddar on him. He always plays well. I might do a top 10 or a top 25 on Sergio. He's won it. He's a ball striker. And you don't have to be a bomber at this course, Up. So as long as you fucking hit the fairways.
Tony Finau plus 700 to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Ian Poulter plus 1,000.
Poulter, you should have seen the pants, the trousers he on last week at Bay Hill. Fuck, they were nice.
Buddy, I think I'm going to get Ian Poulter on the pod. This guy's been... I got an avenue to this guy.
Is this confirmed or more fake news? We're throwing out fake news every day here, fellas.
I told him I might come see him at the Masters, but if that's the case, he's got to come on the pod.
I would love to have Ian Poulter on the pod.
You would,
He had these fucking trousers on last week at Bay Hill. No, they were just plaid, but they were perfectly tailored, and they were just. I'm not a big plaid pant wearing guy, but they were naturally for him.
Brooks Koepka plus 450 for a top 10, plus 3,500 to win. Your boy Sergio's plus 4,000 to win this fucker.
I don't know if he's going to win ups. What is he to finish top 10? Do you have it handy there? Or I might take him for
top 10 is plus 400. $100 wins 400.
Yeah, so 1,000 wins, 4,000. Hey, we're going National League bets here, bud. But hey, we gamble responsibly. And Updogg, it's crazy. Like I was watching live at the Masters, and this is great for DraftKings because they talked about DraftKings on there too. How betting is now legal with the PGA Tour, right? Like they're gonna really do where you can bet on every shot, and like it's really gonna start involving the game. So it was cool to hear. Not the commissioner, but the head of like media for the PGA Tour talking about how betting is going to be more, and it should be. Everyone plays golf for money. When's the last time you played golf not for money? When you were fucking 12 or what? Like, you know?
100%. And it's an arms race. Wait till like California opens up. I'll show all the degenerates down here that love to just throw money on the Dodgers game, like Binger back there. And
Binger,
you know what else?
Binger's heartbroken about the lockout strike, whatever that is.
I know, Binger. Don't worry about it. Me and Obi had 2 lockouts, but full years. We didn't know what to do with ourselves.
Can you see Binger's shirt? By the way, it's fucking National League. Can you see this thing?
Is it the Dodgy?
Look at that. It's speakers, I think, or what is it? It's
a bunch of old school radios and speakers.
Yeah.
That's why he's our producer.
I called Binger I called Binger this week, right to voicemail. I'm like, he's getting baked, Text me back like about the next day. He's like, fuck, I'm sorry, bud. So sorry, what were you saying?
Binger, thank you. I got to say, Binger, thank you. You picked up my car from the airport the other day. I was going there with Riley, my dog, and there was no chance I had time to go anywhere else but to the fucking valet. And our boy Binger picked it up yesterday for me.
Is that why it's still the parking lot here?
Oh yeah, we'll be there for a week.
What were we talking about there? I got kind of off track. What were we talking about?
DraftKings. And you know what else I was going to say?
Golf betting.
By the way, the sports betting app for DraftKings, it is so more dominant and easy to use than any other sports betting platform. And I don't just say this because they're a sponsor.
No, it's clean, bro.
I was at dinner last night with my my buddy Matt and another guy, and we just started getting in on like the Penn Gaming or Barstool platform. It sucks. The live betting sucks. Like you can't bet top 10 finishes on the PGA. Brutal. DraftKings app, everything streamlined. So I'm just throwing it out there.
We're gonna cut that clip. You're going to put that on your own social media and tag Dave Portnoy and see if we can get Portnoy to come on and fucking go toe-to-toe about that. Because that would be unbelievable to hear you and Portnoy go toe-to-toe about that. But I'm with you, Updogg. The DraftKings app is so clean and it's just smooth and easy to bet. Like, I remember in Tennessee, like, how quickly you got your bets in during the game. Like, you were like, bing, 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 bing. Like, not a lot of apps are that.
Yeah, you got to get that.
Real quick to finish up golf. So Sergio, Billy Horschel, come on, baby. Updogg, you played golf with Trevor Zegras. This fucking kid's everywhere. He's giving me the finger from my locker. You should have told him to clean it. You should have said, hey, Rook, clean out O'Brien's locker there, make it look a little more neat and tidy. But how's his game? He seems like he's a beauty, obviously.
You got a nice looking stall there, but it's pretty tight. You got the cigars there.
I got
blue,
good.
white, black tarps, coffee mugs.
There's lots of cigars in there.
Listen, the kid is awesome. Getsy had a couple of the boys out to play early in the morning. We couldn't make it. So anyway, I text Zeegs and he brought out that Sam Steele, good kid. And we, listen, he has a whooping draw like a young Updogg. I'm like, if you want to play this game,
he can't hit as far as you at that age. You were
he doesn't hit it as far as me, but you know the draw. Like when you and I first started playing golf together, Obi, it was all about just like how far you can kind of hit it. But it's just so now I'm like, buddy, you got to learn to play this little cut and your game's going to be way better.
Yeah, you're going to make lots of.
He was telling stories. He was showing me what he's got going on his phone because, we get along. We see eye to eye and that sort of stuff.
Is he single?
He's single. Yeah.
Fucking right. It's refreshing. Stay single, kid. You got the world by the balls. If I play golf with them, that's the first thing I'm gonna say. Hey, jump in this cart, kid. I'll tell you something. Don't get fucking married till you're at least 30. All right. You got the world by the short and curlies. You're good looking. You're a stud on the ice. The camera loves you. You got a great sense of humor. I mean, with Instagram now, come on, man. This guy should be putting up. He should be putting up better numbers off the ice than he is on the ice, and he's putting up some good rookie numbers.
Yeah, he absolutely is. And even Getsy came to play like 9 holes with us and was like, this is a good kid, Updogg. Like he gets it. He gets along well with the older guys. He's always in a good mood. He can take criticism, but he's wiser than his years. For such a young kid at like 20, man, he gets it. He gets the game. He gets off ice. He's building his brand. He's doing everything he can as a tool. And Anaheim needs a kid like that.
I mean,
They need a good
Anaheim-
kid that they can market around.
Yeah, they're so lucky they have him. And listen, the marketing team for the Ducks, they do pretty good jobs. Like, what's the camera guy's name that helped us out a little bit? We bumped into him. Kevin. Great kid. They do some cool stuff behind the scenes for the Ducks and ask them questions and getting to know the players. So, I mean, the Ducks hit a home run with this kid on the ice, but I'm talking more off the ice. They got a guy that they can build so much around.
Yeah,
Where's he?
absolutely. I think we got to get him in. We got to get him into Big Canyon. I'm like, when you get your 8-year ticky, me and Obs will get you in here.
Yeah,
Don't you worry about it.
Where does he
It'll be
like
our number one thing we do?
Does he like to mix it in Newport? Did he tell you where he's doing some damage? Or you don't even probably have to go out anymore. You just go on Instagram and they probably come right to your house, eh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't even think he's of age yet to go out.
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
not.
like-
I think he's 20.
it's like, hey, so where you been going out? He's like, well, fuck, I'm underage still.
He's like,
God.
I've just been dominating the Raya app, Updogg, just dominating the Raya app. So
You probably get away using my ID.
yeah,
I
he
figured.
probably could.
You probably could, yeah.
So Z, good on you, Big Canyon. That's good living. That'll motivate him Uppy to keep working hard to get in there, right?
100%. Boy, did he love the greens. We got good greens at Big
Greens are smoking.
He's like, I hate playing all these courses, and I hardly golf because all the, strawberry farms.
Yeah.
It's just the greens suck.
Tell hey, listen, say, kid, you don't have to worry about strawberry farms anymore. Hey, we got you. You're a national leaguer. We got you. Speaking of guys that wouldn't have a hard time getting into Big Canyon, paying the initiation, here we go. Aaron Rodgers. This guy's like, I like him, but he's been like a hot chick that you got. Like he just wants attention. It seems like, right? Well, he got his deal. 4 years, 200 bananas. He's 38 or 39 Updogg. That's crazy. Good for him, reigning MVP. And then this one was awesome. Russell Wilson to the Broncos. Flowers has been saying, Flowers says like fact, guarantee, 1,000%. Wilson comes I go, he ain't going the birds. You want to know why? Because he doesn't want to live in that shithole you call home, Philadelphia. He ain't fucking, what's this girl's name? Shakira? She ain't fucking going there. Ups?
Shakira.
No, what's her name? Sierra?
Sierra, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
her name is.
Shakira.
Either way, I saw her.
She got an ass like Shakira.
I was gonna say either way, her hips don't lie. I saw her at fucking McKenna working out. Her hips don't lie, Updogg. Anyways, I'm happy I touched Flowers today. No way Wilson's going to the Eagles. So good for the Broncos, Ups.
Yeah, great for the Broncos, your hometown team. I've never seen a spot at the Mile High Stadium there, but I'm sure like pretty good games. Who was Peyton Manning was the quarterback when you were there, wasn't he?
Yeah, me and PA went to a playoff game there. Fuck, we were cold. They have great fans. It's a great experience.
Fans, yeah.
It's cold though, but at the Mile High Stadium, Broncos fans are. It's a football city. I mean, they obviously the Avs now they support, and when the Rockies are good, but it's a football town, man. When the Broncos are good, that place is rocking. So it'll be fun to watch.
Yes. And then the Aaron Rodgers thing. I mean, yeah, staying with the green and yellow, staying at Lambeau.
Yeah, that was the play.
I mean, with all the shit that went on this year, with people just chirping him and this and that, and does he care and does he show up in the playoffs? And well, they're fucking keeping him. He ain't going anywhere.
No.
And money talks. So the Green Bay Packers knows how valuable he is.
I thought he was going to get like a 1 year, maybe 2 year deal though. 4 years, I'm like, wow, that's
157 guaranteed. How's that?
I say you get his number and try to sell him a lot through Discovery. He's got to already have a lot. He's already got.
Oh, he's got it all.
I think he's
But
got.
I just like it how so many haters, but fuck, would they just bend over to have him on their team?
Yeah. No, I love watching him play. I love him.
100%.
I love everything about him. I didn't like how last year he was in the media all summer, and then I'm like, are we going to do this again? So I'm glad he signed. Because I didn't want to like people keep talking about where he's going, and he deserves to stay in Green Bay. And that's an unbelievable ticket. And speaking about good tickets here, our boy Binger's crushed about the lockout. Listen up, if they don't play baseball, we should have had this agent. Bobby Bonilla will make $1.19 million this year, and he will make that until 2035. How would retirement be if you were guaranteed 1.19 coming in? I wouldn't be doing this fucking podcast, I'll tell you that.
I hear you. The Mets just still paying this guy $1.19 million every July 1.
July 1, Canada Day.
How would the parties be at old Lupul's old shack if every summer you're like, I got this one, boys. I got the kegs.
Well, listen, retirement. I tell this about people all the time when I first retired. How's retirement? I said, it's awesome. Besides that, I missed the paychecks. If you were still getting $1 million, 1.2 every year, it'd take a little bit of the sting away, wouldn't it, Ups?
It's nuts. I'm trying to and I've been looking this up all day. It's really hard to understand how that deal fell from 2011 to 2035, $1.2 million basically every year. And it says instead of paying him $6 million at the time, they agreed to just annual payments of nearly $1.2 million for 25 years, including a negotiated 8% interest. It's like, well, that doesn't even make fucking sense to me.
It's great for the player, though, no? Right?
100%.
Obviously. Yeah,
Defer that. Yeah.
Yeah. I should have deferred a little bit more, maybe. I should have deferred a little bit more.
He's going to get paid till he's 72. He's going to be Fluff's age.
Him and
Still
Fluffer.
getting paid to walk all those miles and getting those fluffers.
Hey, I guarantee you Bobby Bonilla ain't walking. He's probably got the sickest golf cart you've ever seen. I mean, he probably made in his career 50, who knows? And now he's on top of that. He gets $1 million every year just to spend. I mean, I don't know. PJ told me that. Shout out to the big guy. Bobby Bonilla Day, July 1. I couldn't believe it. So, Updogg, our first segment is brought to you by our good friends at Goodlife. It's just called Milestones, baby. There's been some milestones this week. Some guys doing some career milestones, hitting some milestones throughout the season already, which some of them are already crazy. But first of all, Peter Debor, I got to meet him at Fact Daddy's Stanley Cup party. 500 career wins. Just a good coach. I played junior against this guy. I played against him in the NHL. Got to talk to him, like I said, at Fact Daddy's Stanley Cup party. Just a good dude, and that's a lot of wins, Updogg.
Did you play? So he coached Kitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tried to
Bertuzzo
trade
played
for me.
him.
Yeah, he tried to. I got traded my last year from Kingston, who were in last place, to St. Mike's, who was doing pretty good. But Kitchener was the best team in the league, and I saw Debor at Factor's thing, like I said, and he's like, "Dude, I tried to get you," and I think they ended up winning the Memorial Cup that year. So
he had Mike Richards probably.
Good thing they didn't trade for me because I probably would have fucked that up on him.
No, you know what, Obi? You talk about coaches who, our generation, these coaches that have kind of, tiptoed around the league and had success everywhere they went. Like I had him in New Jersey. They beat us in 7 games. He went to the finals. He goes to San Jose. He beats us in the conference finals when we're with St. Louis, brings that team to the finals, loses again, does the same thing, with the Vegas Golden Knights, but basically, huge success there. So yes, does he have good teams? Yes. Does he have Hall of Fame players playing for him? Yeah, he had the Thorntons, he had Marty Brodeur. But this guy's just, he's won everywhere he's went, and guys love him. That's what I think guys like us take away from it, right? Like, what do players to say about him?
Yeah, exactly.
What is the guys that we like to shoot the shit with and have beers with? What do they say about this coach?
Exactly.
And most of them would probably tell you Peter Debor is a good guy, great guy. Yeah. So, congrats to him. 500 wins is no joke in the NHL.
No, that's legit.
That's a huge thing.
And let's stay with Vegas here. Like, I watched them play the other night, and they call it the Misfits line or the expansion line of Karlsson, Riley Smith, who I thought was going to get traded, but doesn't look like he is, and Marchessault. But the chemistry they had, Uppy, like I watched the game. They made a couple great plays that only guys that have been together that long. But I'm talking more about on the bench, man. Like, they're always talking. You can see, like, when they show the bench, hey, like, how important is that for a forward? It's huge, right?
Yeah, no question. These guys are playoff guys to me. They're team. They're guys that they've showed up in the playoffs. When the team needs some sort of spark, they're the line that kind of gets them going. 82 games is tough, man. And when coaches often break up the lines and throw them all in a blender, so to speak, and then, all of a sudden trying to recreate the English language with different lines, it's sometimes it never works. But you always fall back to the guys that you want to lean on. And those 3 guys to me are they're going to be the guys that got to start scoring goals for the Vegas Golden Knights. They're the guys that got to lead the power play. With Mark Stone out and a new face like Jack Eichel in the lineup, these guys got to be the ones that kind of, toe the rope. They got to be the guys like putting their face in the fight and saying, follow me, I got this, because, I had the Las Vegas Golden Knights basically go all the way too. They're a team that are kind of underachieving right now. And the Edmonton Oilers are the good thing they're stinking up the joint, because I got a couple bets with some buddies back home that I'm heavily like worried about right now. But
no, well, hey, listen, the way Edmonton played last night. I mean, they're so banged. They're so banged up too.
They're banged up, and they just can't. They don't get their goaltending, and it's a 2-guy show.
I want to stay on Vegas. One last thing about you, because I do have it written down here. Updogg, are you worried? It doesn't look like either we're going to be able to go to Nobu and just split the dinner. So we're still going to go to Nobu, but we're just put it on Missin Curfew because Calgary's going to win the Pacific. The Kings, I keep waiting for them to fall off. I don't think they're going to, Updogg. But are you worried about Vegas? They can't score any fucking goals. Karlsson hasn't scored in like 9 games. Theodore, who's an offensive defense, hasn't scored in 9 or 10 games. There's one other guy that hadn't scored in a long time too. And Uppy, they can't stay healthy, bro. Are you worried a little bit?
I don't mind the injuries now. We still got 2 months, right? So you get these injuries over with, get guys back fresh. I think, and we spoke about this earlier, I think they need a defenseman. They need a guy that's going to help this power play. And to me, Klingberg, if they can squeeze this guy in the lineup and they can move Petro off the first line power play and have Jack Eichel getting one tease in that Tyler Seguin spot. If that's sort of the triangle that they can work, Klingberg can walk the line and get shots through, and he's patient, but he gives good passes.
Yeah.
There's something I've always said about my boy Petro, just on the power play. Great Hall of Fame player, power play. Just I don't know if he's the reason, but the Las Vegas Golden Knights need a D-man to quarterback that power play, and I think a guy like Klingberg would be perfect.
100%. And Petro's he's a second unit. He's a second unit guy in my opinion. He always has been. He's a great defenseman. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's ever going to be the guy on the top power play unit, top 5 power play unit in the league. And Klingberg, for sure, Updogg. I like the sounds of that. And for me, and you're right, great point by you, because if you're going to get banged up, this is the time of year with 21 games left. But I just want to see them healthy. I want to see. The reason I was excited they got Eichel was because I thought they're going to have Stone and Pacioretty and Smith and Carlson and Marchessault all together. If there's no Stone and if Pacioretty can't stay healthy and Alex Martinez has been hurt, I just hope they get healthy so we can see what they got there in Vegas. And plus, I want to go to a couple playoff games with you there. So, congrats to Rick Nasher. Much like Pekka, well, the same as Pekka. First Columbus Blue Jackets to get 61 retired in the rafters. My only question is where was your fucking invite, Updogg? One of the greatest Columbus Blue Jackets in the history didn't get invited. I don't get it.
Hey, yeah, you know when they write you at the end of the year and say put your summer address in there? I was not giving them any real address that I had. There's no chance I wanted to get anything in the mail from the Columbus Blue Jackets.
You gave him your Kamloops fucking address.
So listen, Nasher, congrats. I think back in my time when I first met Nash, he and I were candidates for CHL Rookie of the Year, which I got him on, no big deal. And then we play World Juniors together, and we have great success there. And watching him go first overall in my draft and having such a great career and having a chance to play with him only for a cup of coffee, but was he's a world-class player, one of the best goal scorers of my generation. A guy that played hard in front of the net, got all his goals in the paint, played hurt. Won a gold medal with Canada and was on that line with our boy Getzy and Jamie Benn that were just absolutely shredding up the Canadian Olympics in Vancouver, Obi. So,
yeah,
what a successful, to top it off, he got to go to New York and play in front of, MSG, and then go to Boston and play in front of great fans there. So, I give him my best. He'll be successful in whatever he does after hockey.
You know what?
Whether he's in the front office somewhere or whatever, but he's hockey bled through and through.
Yeah, and you know what, Uppy, actually, he works for Columbus already in the management thing. And as a player, I got down here just big, long. He was long and could finish. Like, if he got a half a step on you around the net and used that length, there's nothing you could really do. And great guy. And it's good for Columbus just like it was for Nashville. These organizations, it's starting to build history, and that's good for both of them. So, and by the way, I guess Commodore's been in Columbus still all weekend. He's just been, as he would say, in one. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm still in Columbus. I got to get the fuck out of there. I'm like, get out of there, Commy. So he's been tying one on. Nasher, congratulations. Updogg, Austin Matthews last night cost me, I took the Columbus Blue Jackets as an underdog. Fucking stupid. He got 40 goals already. It's crazy, this 40 goal mark already.
Missed almost 10 games to start the season off too.
I know, it's crazy, man. Is he the best goal scorer already in Leafs history? Like the best, just pure goal scorer?
Yes,
yeah,
he 100% is, and I say that as a guy that used to score goals. I don't know what criteria I have to judge on this, but he is definitely the most dynamic. 3 40-goal seasons in his first 6 years in the league. If we go back, I have Maxey picking I picked up. Even with him hurt, I said he would win the Rocket Richard to start the season off.
He's going to.
He is going to. What is he up? He's up 3
He's
goals.
Got 40. He's got 40. Drysaddle's got 38, and somehow this Chris Kreider.
Kreider's got 37.
This Kreider's a good player. He's got 38. He's got to shave that fucking goatee up, dog. It is it's terrible. You can't look like that playing for the Rangers. Like Avery would fucking let him have it if he's on his team. Shave the goatee, man.
Fuck, you're living in the city, man.
Come on, you're playing for the Rangers. Get that goatee out of here. Grow it for the playoffs if you want. And then Ovi's got 34. I mean, Matthews is winning this, dude. I mean, you're so right, Uppy, and obviously Matt Sundin and Daryl Sutter back in the day or whatever. Not Sutter. What was his name? Sittler. Thank you. God, fuck, I'm an Ontario boy. Sittler and Wendell, all the Dougie. You know, but this guy is the purest goal scorer already for the Leafs. He'll break all the Lupul. Lupul. Fuck, he was a good. Yeah,
fuck, he was a sniper.
He was a sniper.
He should have got 40 one year.
He was mixing.
Kept him out of all those art shows. Eh?
If you could have cut him out for kept him out. Sorry, of EFS.
Travis, it's all on him.
Loops was a great goal scorer for the Leafs. We were talking about Matthews the other night, and we both were talking about how good of a 200-foot game he has. You know what I mean? Like, the Leafs take a lot of heat for, you know, the playoffs and this and that. It's not Matthews, man. Matthews plays hard. He comes back. He gets low. He digs pucks out. He plays a great 200-foot game. So anytime I'm hard on the Leafs, I'm not talking about Austin Matthews because his 200-foot game's good ups.
No, let's talk about goaltending.
No
I mean,
kidding.
you win 10-7, and then the next night you get 8 goals, and you're still finding ways to lose games. You need goaltending. Like, love Jack Campbell, great guy, big fan of the pod.
Yeah,
you just got to have goaltending. In playoff time, you got to have depth.
Yeah,
like, you can't just rely on 2 guys in the playoffs. We see it every year. Like, look at Tampa. They have. Jon Cooper would tell you that he wins cups because of his 3rd and 4th line, the chemistry they build, and then what they do against top players, so their top players can play and do what they do best, score. They don't, you can't win with just, highly skilled one line team. You can't win.
Yeah.
Toronto, just every year, it's the same old story.
I agree. And I love Soupy Campbell too, Jack Campbell. And I've told you this when they got rid of Freddie, and like, it's hard. It takes a special person to be a number 1 goalie in the Canadian market, like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal. And I think sometimes, in my opinion, that Soupy's a little hard on himself. Like, you got to have a short memory, good or bad, if you're going to be a number 1 goalie, especially for the Toronto Maple Leafs. But Matthews, keep fucking, fella. Another guy doing some fucking here. Makar, 20 goals for a defenseman. Should we just give him the Norris right now, Updogg, or is Hedman going to? I mean, 20 snipes.
Might as well just give him the nickname too, just from now on. He's nicknamed Norris.
Norris, right?
Cale Norris.
20 goals already at they played 57 games or something? 20 goals?
I thought it took him longer than expected. Fuck, the guy had 14 goals, I think, in 35 games.
Yeah, they've played 57, yeah.
Good for him, man. I love it. Good Western leaguer, a guy that basically has, my last year, I remember him kind of coming in and being a guy everyone's talking about, the way he skated, what he does with the puck. And now you're just seeing, like, what the Colorado Avalanche have turned into. They're an absolute beast. And for him to be the best defenseman now in the league, like, talked about day in, day night, doing things, that players have really never done before. They don't shoot the puck like that. They don't walk the line like that. It's a new age player that we're excited to have in the league. And congrats to him. 20. Why not go get 25 now? He's still got some time. 30.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, well said. He's changing the way the defensive position is going to be played. Updogg, I know I'm the old crusty fucking defenseman here, stay-at-homer. The average in the league right now, they're averaging 6.1 goals a game. Now, it's been good for my first period overs, but if we need proof that scoring is maybe too easy now, or we got to let these guys defend and cross-check a little bit more, or whatever, make the game a little bit more physical and harder to get to the net, Schmaltz for the fucking Phoenix Coyotes had a 7-point game, and there's no disrespect to Nick Schmaltz. I think that's his name. Is that his name?
Schmaltzy.
Nick Schmaltz. Good guy, good player, but 7-point game. 7-point game.
Pointer.
Come on.
Fucking touchdown. What does Izzy say when she sees you?
Touchdown. I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, and no disrespect to him, but like, I'm saying, like, listen, I averaged about 3 goals a year, maybe a little bit less. I'm getting like 5 to 10 at least now in the league. I'm getting like 9 goals this year for sure. Just because
if you don't put it in the shin pads, it's a no-brainer.
I'm just getting
rebounds.
I may just go stand in front of the net. Like, no one's gonna do anything. I get fucking maybe 15. Actually, now that I think of it, tip a few in.
We'd still be playing.
Yeah.
I'd still be out there mucking, going full Updogg.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 points.
7-point
Where the fuck
game.
was the other team?
Who'd they play?
Yeah, what were they doing?
I don't know.
I think they played fucking Buffalo.
Was it the toilet bowl?
Buffalo stinks. Check that out, though, because I don't even know who they played either.
Neither do I. Let me look. When was it? Saturday? Oh, they played Ottawa.
Where the fuck was the other team? Ottawa Senators.
Fuck, you got
Where was your head? Their head was at the fucking Bottle Blonde, guaranteed.
Yeah, they deserve it though. Listen, Ottawa, they deserve it. They deserve to go to Bottle Blonde, get drunk as skunks, and lose 8-5 in Phoenix. They've had to live in Ottawa all year.
I agree.
With no fans.
Nothing.
The rinks in Canada. If I'm the coach, I said, boys, go get as drunk as you possibly can at Bottle Blonde. Try to take down one of the staff members, you know?
or them all. Just go for it, boys. Just absolutely let the old town have it.
7 points, Uppy, and they only scored 8 goals, so he was in on that many. Let me check here.
How was that night for him after that? What do you think he did?
Look at
I
this.
had to write down to that
one.
Where would I would have went to that other place?
I would have went to Bottle Blonde and got the best table and went to just Buck Diddy in there.
I know you would have.
I mean, good for him. It's not
for him.
I'm just joking more about him. Uppy and he's probably a great kid and good for him getting 7 points. But I've had this conversation with Cooley too, like, you know, oh, get rid of the cross checks. Oh, you know, you can't interfere. Oh, get careful, boys. And now it's just like, I don't know, Uppy. You know, you were a forward to score a goal.
7 points
to score
if
a goal.
You get 4. The best players in the league go get 4 a night.
Yeah, exactly, man.
7.
Like, don't make it
still play. Ottawa, you got to still like keep the stick in your hand and actually like protect the front of your net.
Totally.
You know how upset I'd be if I was the goalie on that team, or just what do you even say as the coach to your guys? It's like.
You say you better. I hope you had fun last night, boys. It better have been worth it because we just got blown out 8-5 at home in front of 117 people here in Glendale.
Yeah, it's more embarrassing to be a player than the coach in that sort of circumstance. You can't let a guy go for 7 points unless his last name is David or Matthews.
Jump him or something. 7 points.
I agree.
Let's bring back the old rules. I've had enough. Bring back the old rules. The Lightning, 3 goals in 32 seconds is a franchise record against the Hawks. But more importantly, our boy Jon Cooper got the old heave-ho against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wes McCauley, I thought it was fucking great. I text Coop after. Coop is our guest today. It's the one we did in Nashville at Tin Roof.
This is a little Missin Curfew, a little tap in the shorts for him.
I mean, I love Coop, but Uppy, in all seriousness, I loved when my coaches got fired up and kicked out or got a 10. I think it's great, especially for a team that's won back-to-back cups, to see their coach that still passionate. I loved it. Nice suit he had on too.
And McCauley, what's he doing? What do you got to say to Wes McCauley? I think he was just like, you know what? I'm going to kick this guy out.
You know what?
He's the best coach in the league. I'm going to kick him out right now and see what happens. It's going to break the internet. It's going to go viral. This is going to be great.
No, Wes could get grumpy at times. I told the Wes story earlier on the podcast.
Well, he's a ref, of course.
I said, what is your fucking problem tonight, Wes? So I've been on the road for fucking 2 weeks. I'm tired. I'm fucking want to go home and I'm horny. And I was like, well, you know, you could take care of that on the road. He goes, I love my wife. I'd never do that, Obi. I'm like, okay, well. But anyways, point being, Wes can get a little cranky, and Coop had seen enough.
Yeah, no, I loved it. And well put. Like, you know, the players love to see that. I would love a guy that fucking speaks up when need be, you know?
Totally.
And, you know, it's nice to just have that in the back pocket. Like, it's like in baseball when you get the old fucking, you're out of here.
You're out of here.
You know?
John, I used to love when John Gibson for the Jays. He got kicked out all the time, big chewing. Just, you're out of here, Gibby. It was awesome. I mean, Torts used to get kicked out every 2 weeks in Tampa when I was there. It was great. Torts, if we were down.
Expensive.
Yeah. Oh, that is expensive. So, Coop, keep going, buddy. We're pulling free here at Missin Curfew. Max, I need my Coop shirt. I think you got it. I'm going to get that after we record here. That was Milestones, baby, brought to you by our good friends at Goodlife. Updogg, I just want to talk to you about NHL and TNT. They're doing such a great job. Eddie Olchuk, Jonesy, Panger, and then obviously Biz on the boys. Talk on the panel I love. They're going to do 2 games a week now. They're doing Wednesdays and Sundays. I think it's great for the game. I know you love watching the games on TNT.
Yeah, it's an incredible panel, and we were talking about that the other day at dinner. It's just not. It's refreshing. TNT now, they got their feet wet. It's been 55 games, 1 day a week. Now it's playoff time. Hockey's going to ramp up. Playoffs around the corner. Let's get these guys vibing. Let's bring in a couple new guys to get the show fresh, whatever the case may be. It's just great for hockey, Obs, and it's great. Sunday afternoons, a good old bash of the New York Rangers, Boston Bruins down the stretch. Those are games people tune in for. Those are games that have eyeballs all over them, and it's nice that we get that insight. And I know you love everything that Talk comes out and says. I love it. I love what Biz brings to the show. Gretter, it's nice to have Gretz just still on there, just spitting knowledge. I'm excited down the stretch. It's going to be an exciting time to watch some hockey.
Yeah, I love their broadcast. Like I said, Eddie Olchuk and Jonesy, Eddie's up in the booth and Jonesy's between the boards. Just the chemistry they have, and for these companies out there, like, get guys that know each other and guys that played with each other and that have chemistry, because as a fan listening, it's so much better. And Jonesy and Eddie will have that. And you talk about Talks. I love Talks. I love Talks because he doesn't sugarcoat anything on there. And he was talking about Colton Parayko last week. The Blues were playing, I can't remember who, and they were talking about Colton Parayko being soft. And Talks said he was soft, and I think it was Anson Carter and maybe Greta that were sticking up for him. But anyways, I agree with Talkit. I love Colton Parayko. He's a Stanley Cup winner. If he had a little more bite in his game, and listen, you can't put that into people. I'm just saying, if he had a little more Shea Weber in him, he'd have a Norris Trophy on his mantle and a Stanley Cup and maybe a few other things, because his length, his ability to skate. If you put a little Shea Weber and Colton Parayko, I wouldn't want to play against him, Updogg. Yeah,
well said. I mean, you know D-man better than anybody, and especially breaking down, players in this league, Obs, you do it better than anyone. I've known Parayko since he was a kid, and he came into his first training camp with glasses on, smiling, very polite to everybody.
It seems like a great guy.
And I was kind of like, fuck, if this kid could like get mad about something or not say like sorry or not just, or want to beat the shit out of someone for blocking like his shot, for example. Like, it's just, to have all those tools, man, and to not like have the mean streak. But no one's like, you know what it's like to breed a Shea Weber? He needs to be born in the right fucking area of the world. He needs to have
exactly
the right amount of adversity growing up. You need to be fucking elbowed by his older brother or his old man at some point. Like, you need to like build these beasts. And like Parayko is just this gentle giant, and you can't change him, but he will still be a very great defenseman. He's going to be well worth his money. He shoots the puck harder than anyone. It'd be nice if he hit the net all the time, because those, it's hard to stop the puck when it goes 120 miles an hour.
No kidding.
And when you say like in practice, it's impossible to get around this guy. So I can't imagine being like on opposing teams trying to like day in, day out, or a playoff series, 7 games, dealing with him like just a couple extra cross checks or a couple extra, like give it to him in the corner or just beat someone up.
Yeah. Like imagine they brought the fear in that what is he, 6'5", 6'4", 6'1"?
He's bigger than that. No, he's 6'6".
6'6". Well, imagine you wanted to drop him every now and then. I mean,
yeah.
Fuck. And everything you said about his playing ability up, you're bang on. He's a great defender, right shot, moves well. I mean, they don't win the cup without him. When I watch him play, and I love that Rick Tocchet noticed it too, and I love Talks. Imagine he played with a little fucking jam, a little fuck you. It'd be scary. But I know who they were playing last Wednesday. They were playing the New York Rangers in New York. And the reason I know is because your fucking two boys, Otter and Revo, were fucking chirping at each other. Two of the best. Otter was one of the best. And Otter goes to him, and Revo fucking takes the water bottle. He looks at him, he goes, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And Otter goes, "I'm not talking to you, buddy. You're a fucking fourth liner." And then Revo yelled back,
"What's your name again? What's your name?"
He goes, "What's your name?" Turn around, I don't know your last name. And then fucking Revo said something like, "Fuck, you're looking old, Otter." But listen, man, it was Uppy. I was loving it. I know Sean Avery loved it too.
Yeah, and that was basically our line the one year.
It was great.
Getting to play with those guys, hearing the things that we either laugh about on the bench or we yell about to other players. You're right. Two of the best. Steve Ott was one of the best, and him still, sitting on the bench. It adds. You talk about coaches like Jon Cooper. Having Steve Ott behind your bench gets your fucking team going. Having him be able to like look at another player and be like, "Fuck you." Not, you don't chirp other players usually as assistant coach, but knowing that you got a guy that's bled for his team and played the way Steve Ott did, it makes you want to play for him. And he's been great with the younger players. The Jordan Kyrous, getting to, listen to a guy like Steve Ott day in, day out is just, it's huge. It's valuable. It's valuable. That can't be replaced. And fuck Revo. Yeah, that's funny.
It was
at home.
I think
Revo's showtime.
I think Otter said something like, "Are you still on the fourth line, Reeves?" Or something. It was something that was just like typical Otter. It was great. Everyone loved it. It blew up on social media like that. Like everybody was fucking retweeting it or re-putting it up. I got Maxie to fire it up on ours. Like it was great to see a guy that's a veteran and an older veteran that's coaching now chirp. I missed the chirps up. So
absolutely, buddy.
Updogg, I got this down as just fucking Flyers. You used to tell that story about coming over the bridge. You just yell, "Flyers!" The There was a video that they put out, somebody on Twitter last week at their game in Uppy. I played a lot of games at Wells Fargo. I don't know if it's still called that or whatever it's called. And it was a tough building to go into. You know, you guys had good, tough teams, but the fans were on top of you. They were chirping you. It was crickets, Ups. I mean, the fans have had enough. My question to you is, they've had all three centers out this year. Couture, Hazy's been out all year, and Tomer. Should we cut them some slack as a Flyers alumni, or I don't know, Uppy? Like, it's tough to lose your three centers, you know?
Yeah, this is a cycle, Obs. This is unfortunately a cycle that happens to teams, you know, every 10, 15 years. When I got traded to Philadelphia Flyers from Nashville in 2007, they were the last team in the league. Hitchcock had just got fired. John Stevens just took over. He had just coached the Philadelphia Phantoms to a Calder Cup. The team had young stars like Jeff Carter, Mike Richards. We had Yoni Pitkinen. We had Simone Gagne. And in the matter of one summer, we turned that whole team around. So the Philadelphia Flyers they're hard on their teams.
Yeah.
They're hard on their Phillies. They're hard on their 76ers. They're definitely hard on the Eagles. So, you know, the Philadelphia Flyers need to get back to that family-orientated, you know, bleed for your fucking teammate type mentality, and then the fans will be back on board. To hear the fans chirp the Philadelphia Flyers the other night, I'm not surprised. They don't win. They're not putting a good product on the ice.
You know what?
They're getting pumped.
It was actually your boy Hartnell that tweeted it out. And Hartsey, he read something like, wow, this is embarrassing, or something, as an ex-guy that – talk about a guy that got that barn going back in the day. Hartsey was one of the guys that got that place rocking. And for me, even to see it, I was like, wow. Like, I guess I'm just wondering if they're as bad as a record at 17, 28, and 10. Like, you take Couture to line up. We all know what Kevin Hayes has gone through this year with losing Jimmy and his injuries. And say what you want about Nate Thompson, but he's a good fourth-line faceoff guy that kills penalties. Like, Ryan Ellis has been hurt. I think hockey's better when Philadelphia is good, Uppy.
Yeah, 100%.
I love the city. I give it a hard time because – you know, I'm not buying real estate there tomorrow or anything, but I love the fans. I love how they have all their arenas and stadiums in one section of the city. I don't know. We'll see. But
sports town.
Great
but
sports
you're
town.
right. Those five guys you just mentioned, you can't win without those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are character guys. Those are your leaders. Those are guys that make the right play, know what to say day in, day out. You know, it's been a tough year, man. And this is when you're like, let's just turn out the lights.
Dude, this is when you're in that dressing room and you're looking at the schedule. And me and you are on the same team. We've already talked to Billy Quinn about getting this house at the end of the season, and we're crossing off. You're literally if you're in Philly, you're crossing off every game. Like, thank God, one less. I
will give a message though, Obi, to these younger players that are in that dressing room right now. If you think for one fucking minute that your job is safe next year, you're on a team like this in a city like this that demands winning hockey, you do not have a safe spot in this league next year. There'll be guys coming in so fast to replace you. So just a note to self as a young kid when you're on a shitty team, fucking play every game like it matters, because everyone's watching. The whole league watches.
Well said. Flyers. That's a great story.
Fucking Flyers.
Our last little segment is brought to you by our good friends at DraftKings. It's called the old Mile High Beatdown. I've given out some Mile High beatdowns in my day. I gotta
sure you have at the Four Seasons.
A couple noise complaints. Hey, keep her down, Obs. Listen up, dog. The Avs at home. I watch them play a lot. I love their broadcast with Kiefer and the boys. Altitude hockey's great. You know, they remind me of the Shark Tank from our era, where teams go in there and they play as good as they can and still lose, or Joe Louis back in the day. It's a tough place to play. And shout out to the Calgary Flames, Uppy. They just went in there and beat them 4-3 Saturday night. First time in, what'd you say, 20 games?
Man, yeah, it was the 20-game home record streak. Pretty gnarly, man. It's the Colorado Avalanche, Calgary Flames. How do you not like these two guys just coming out of the West?
I mean, I hope that's the West final
beating
there.
Each other up. Where are we going for that? We got to go to Denver and to Cowtown.
We're going to both if that's the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, I mean,
100%.
And Calgary, it's a statement win. Daryl Sutter starts the backup goalie going into Denver, which only Daryl Sutter would fucking do. And then, you know, Darcy Kemper. You know, I'm worried. I'm concerned for a guy that's got cheddar on the Avs to win, a guy that played there, a guy that's pulling for Landeskog and McKinnon. Darcy Kemper, I don't know. If you can go out and get Marc-Andre Fleury at the deadline as a 1B, I don't know. I'm just saying Joe Sakic, do it. And I talk about Nathan McKinnon, Updogg. The other night after the game against Arizona, bleeding, drops his gloves, fights the kid, fucking ragdolls him. Listen, you don't have to do it all the time, but when you do that as one of the best players in the league, that's why I love Nathan McKinnon Ups.
It's the Ryan Getzlaf theory. It's
the
the
fucking-
Vinny Lecavalier theory. Joe Thornton theory. Jerome McGinley. All these guys, as your leaders, step up and do that, different times of the season. Not all the time, like you're right. You don't need to go break your hand this time of the year. But what it does to your team, man, is it builds them up. It gets them all fired up. I mean, a lot of points are on the line. President's Trophy's on the line too. I mean, they got a lot to play for, and this is their season. You're absolutely right. Add a goalie, add a D-man, whatever the case may be, this team is ready to go, and this could be their year, fellas.
Dude, yeah, it's so true. And Uppy, it's so great. I'm so excited to break down the rest of the season with you. This is a great time of year to be a player. It's a great time to be a fucking podcast guy with you. 20 games left. I mean, we got our 8 teams in the East. The West is still wide open. Playoff hockey. I can't wait for the next couple months, man. Next 3 months are going to be unbelievable. Updogg, check your phone. I just sent you lock of the week. DraftKings, baby. Updogg, 12-2. Took the Panthers over the Red Wings. I'm 10-4. I took the Bruins over the Blue Jackets last week. We both won. You got the sheet there, fella. Can you see who you like?
I sure do.
So
do.
you
know
can't.
what's crazy
You
is
can't take the Panthers.
I took the Minnesota Wild this weekend against the Dallas Stars, and Dallas fucking shit kicked them. That Robertson went back-to-back Hatties. So I'm 12-2 in this. I take one bet this weekend, I lose.
All right, you can't take the Panthers. I can't take the Bruins. You go first.
Ooh, here's one for you.
Look at these, a couple fucking snoozers here. Kraken versus the Canadians. My boy Marty St. Louis. Jack Adams. Give him the Jack Adams right now.
I got
mine.
I'm going to say the Lightning over the Oilers.
Wow. It continues.
Just because of our guest.
Coop.
Our guest. What a guy.
Coop, I was texting with Coop last night. They're in the PEG. I said, you go over to Earl's? Got to get over Earl's for one. He said, no, the GM's here. We go, he loves the keg. I said, nice, keg's nice. He goes, you know why I like the keg? They got Camus. He goes, Camus is my favorite. I said, me and Uppy, that's our...
And they got the Mushroom Neptune there.
Yeah, I said, we'll get you a nice ball of Camus when we come see you in the playoffs. So remind me, we got to get Coop a nice ball of Camus.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm taking for my DraftKings Saturday Night Lock of the Week the Carolina Hurricanes over the dreadful Philadelphia Flyers, which we were just talking about. So I got Carolina. Updogg's got Coop. Coop and the Lightning to go into Edmonton. Poor Edmonton, man. They're so inconsistent. They're like, the Edmonton Oilers are like my golf game, Uppy. They're fucking inconsistent, man. They can't figure it out. DraftKings top.
What else we got?
We got DraftKings Top Titty. Congrats to Fuego Bill with 165.6 points. I think that's how you say it. Fuego Bill. How would you say that, Ups? Fuego?
Fuego Bill.
Fuego Bill.
That means on fire, Bill. Bill's on fire.
Fuego Bill. He was on fire. He had 165.6 points. He had Stammer. I had Stammer. Sorelli.
Cool down, Bill.
Kaprizov. Arvidsson. Fiala. Iafolo, is that how you say it? Spurgeon. Your boy Klingberg. And Holtby was his winning squad.
Wow. Hope he got a net there.
Binger was 48th. Updogg, 61.
Not bad. Rick Nash. That was for Nasher.
I was 77. Max Miller. Maxie, I feel like ever since you gave out your fucking...
Tricks of the trade.
The tricks of the trade, I've been slipping.
I feel like the hockey gods have punished you for kind of coming out, but it was my fault. I told them to.
You got to start boozing again. You've been off the sauce for 2 weeks.
I've been off the sauce, off the road for 2 weeks, and my DraftKings is slipping.
So this week, Friday night top titty. Oh, Golden Knights at the Penguins. Good match. Wild, Blue Jackets, Jets, Islanders, and the Capitals and Canucks. So Updogg. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to go Pens. A lot of Pens probably. And then Canucks, man. Look out for the Canucks, Uppy. They're fucking right back in it.
Are they coming back? They're coming back in. They need to. We need some more Canadian teams to get in the dance, baby. Got to get them back in. Yeah, like you just said, load up on the Penguins. They're an offensive just weapon. I mean, let's go. You know, Jari and net maybe, but it'll be tricky.
We got Jon Cooper coming at you next.
The Coop.
Updogg, Goodlife Clothing.
Our boys at Goodlife, always looking fresh, so clean.
Shipping to Canada. They're doing it for the boys now. Everybody up there that's been dying for this, it's up there. They're shipping to Canada. I'm telling you, the sweatshirts are unbelievable. You got to check it out. Promo code curfew for 20% off. Updogg.
I mean, look at this tarp.
You got one on right now,
this
baby.
Tarp is nice. And I've had this for a while. It only gets softer and softer. But our friends at Goodlife, trust them. Trust them for your everyday tee. Because your girl, I mean, we talk about this. Your girls are going to steal, the odd t-shirt. They're going to, you're going to get pinned one day, drop a little red wine on it. You want to grab a freshie. They got the 3-in-1 bundles too. Actually, 4 for the price of 3.
Wow.
The bundle.
They're unbelievable.
So don't be shy. Don't get the, don't cheap out. Go
Yeah,
get the
and for
bundle.
you guys out there that maybe don't want to throw a collared shirt on, hey, listen, I've been there. But hey, the old lady, the girlfriend, the wife's on you, the Henleys, you can dress them up with a nice little sweater, put them over top. They're soft, they're comfortable, and you can wear them out to that dinner when your girlfriend or wife wants you to dress up. Rock the Henley Updogg.
Hey, it's soon springtime. You're going to need that spring colors. You're going to need to freshen up the wardrobe.
They got the long sleeve Henleys too. Check those bad boys up. You roll them up. If you're a little warm like me, you roll them up. They look good. Long sleeve Henleys.
Look good, feel good, play good with our friends at Goodlife. That's goodlifeclothing.com. Promo code curfew.
Curfew, baby. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. The fella tour continues here on Broadway Street. Updogg. We just had our boy Toots on, and now we got 2-time Stanley Cup champion Jon Cooper.
I feel like the music just got a little louder in this building right now.
Thanks for taking time to come over, buddy. We appreciate it.
Hey, I'm an undercard compared to Toots, man. So this is it was cool to see him.
Yeah,
What
this
a guy.
is. I'm glad I finally get to sit down and talk to you, but I was hoping the first time we would be at the Tree Bar at Garza Ranch. But I'll take this, Coop. I'll take this, fella. 'Cause that's a good spot. I know you like that spot.
The next time you do one of these should be at the Tree Bar during the bull rush.
Yeah, the Bull Rush is a good one. I was at the Revelry. Old Rusty brought me up to the
Oh,
Rest
yeah,
too.
that's right. Actually, your picture's
I got
up
a
with
chance.
Rusty.
He won the fucking thing. Him and Rusty with this.
Hey, listen, when you're in the clubhouse getting a hat and you go take a piss,
That's exactly where it is.
it's right there.
Yeah, you leave.
By the way,
you're dropping your hand. You're like,
I was
oh,
still
there it is.
playing. I had some guns on me actually. At
Yeah,
the time.
you.
Hey, but by the way, I'll
you're
tell you
lefty?
why. I'll tell you why we won that tournament. Is because Rusty's handicap was like a 16.
Rusty's a gamer, though.
Well, that's what I mean. But when you're 16 and you're a gamer, I feel like if you played in the National Hockey League, you're not allowed to be over like a 12. It's like it's got to be a max handicap. So Rusty came in.
The cigars Rusty brings, he can play at whatever fucking handicap.
I agree.
He does bring a lot to the table aside from golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he brings his shank with him every once in a while, and his hook. But no, Rusty's the man. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's been so nice to my family. He's awesome.
Yeah, so Coop, you'll love this. We go for that Revelry tournament, and I'm down at the Tree Bar, and they're like, Tree Bar's closed. And I'm like, hey, listen, excuse me, sir. I'm not a member here, but I've been here for 3 days, and this bar doesn't fucking close. So I'm like,
the fridge is always open.
Yeah,
but-
I go, what happened? He goes, there's been an altercation in the men's grill. And I'm like, this has Upshall written all over it. So I go up there, and I don't know. Uppy, what, the guy threw an orange at you or stuff?
No. The guy threw.
You were there for that?
I was. Yeah, that was the tournament. I was the
Because I
second
came in
tournament
like
I was at.
probably a week after that.
Yeah, you weren't there because on hitting the 18 tee shot, you weren't at the house.
No.
The lights were off. But one of the guys was up standing on the bar, kind of dancing, and someone from the patio threw an orange through the window. It was the indoor-outdoor bar,
window.
and it hit him. And he turned around and saw kind of everyone just go like this. And he hucked one right back, and it was melee. And I was talking to Chaser. I was not in this, but I was just talking to Chaser on the patio. And next thing you know, little scrummage, and everything kind of flooded to the dance floor. And it was nothing. It was absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But
No, I wasn't. I was
but
just like,
Holly,
the Tree
the
Bar
next-
doesn't close.
The next morning, Holly, when we show up for our tea time, Holly's walking
Coop.
out with a little coffee and Bailey's out of the pro shop,
This
and
was
he's like,
fucking great.
hey, Updogg, heard you got a little tussle last night, and you were tiptoeing out of there. And
He's like, way to do the fucking moonwalk out there, Upshall.
oh, Holly is the best.
Holly's brilliant.
Yeah.
What comes out of his mouth is, well, first of all, it's 99% right.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah,
has the nuts to say it. But, is he a funny man?
It runs in his family. It runs in the family.
I love spending time with him.
We had Chris Pronger on after Pronger's jersey got retired, and he told me that like Halsey wouldn't even go for empty netters. I never knew that. Like if it was an empty netter,
Yeah,
he
I
would.
brought that up because I was
Yeah.
like, he'd score 55, 60 every year, and he'd have no empty netters.
Yeah, isn't that true? Like his 86 goal year?
Yeah, not one.
That's crazy.
I think Gretz, when he had the 90, What do you have, 92? And he had like 10 or 12, I think, years.
So how did you get hooked up at Gosser Ranch? Like, how many years have you been there? Because it's a beautiful place. I wish I would have maybe.
Long story short, this one. So Tyler Johnson's from up
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
they're having a charity game, probably in like 2014, and he's like, "Hey, come up, coach." It was a bunch of just to raise money. So I went up there a couple days. I didn't go back because I'm like, no, like, whoa. I can go,
My
but
liver,
not.
my liver hurts. My
I'm not
liver
going to
hurts.
show up for my own training camp if I continue.
Exactly. So no, but it was a ton of fun. So anyway, in 2017, I'm going to blame Barrett Jackman. Do you ever play with Jacks?
Played against them, battle against
Yeah.
them all the time.
Jacks is the man.
Yeah.
So he invites me. Now, obviously, Chaser was involved.
Yeah.
The setup.
Yeah.
And he invites me as a guest to the Bull Rush. And so I'm like, I'll go. Like Jess, my wife, let's go check it out. And Chaser's been raving about it forever. So we went to the Bull Rush. And at the same time, there's a phenomenal charity event, community cancer charity event. It's like a mini Lake Tahoe. It is the best. And so like, hey, will you play in that? So I play in that. And so I basically spent 12 days there. And you spent 12 days at Gosser.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
now
you're living a.
now you're reevaluating your portfolio, saying, how can I squeeze
You're
this
like,
in?
if I move,
If I take everything and move it here to Gosser.
How much margin loan can I basically
you're
put
like,
on this?
I better win the cup again
Yeah,
next
can
year.
we put a home equity loan in all our places? So,
Yeah.
So you know what? And honestly, like the way things have turned out, we ended up buying there in because September's the time after the Bull Rush, people buy and stuff. So we bought, and oh my God, it was
Change your life.
it did because I wouldn't get in now.
Yeah.
No, it's-
Not
crazy now,
Yeah.
too,
Not only
right?
financially, Coop, but just some of the people that you get to meet and talk to.
Can't say enough.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's why we had the little funny story about the dust up.
Yeah, of
the
course.
orange dust up.
A couple hockey guys
That doesn't
in there.
happen at Gosser.
No,
like that never
No.
happens. No, everybody's like from all walks of life, and they're all together, and nobody cares if who you are. It's the best. That's why people go there.
And you know what else is great about Gosser is the staff that are always there. They're young kids from in and around the community, and they're the coolest, most humbling guys. And they're there like the pros at the golf course. The girls as bartenders.
Yeah.
The whole staff. So how's the pickleball game?
So I only go right now against my 11-year-old.
Yeah,
I got to start. Yeah. So
Get a couple early W's to
confidence.
start off. Yeah.
Get the confidence up.
Yeah.
Hey, the start of the
Smashing
season.
on
the
my
start of the
11-year-old.
season. Yeah. The start of the season is important as the
Yeah.
last.
That was out.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. So anyway, I've slowly gotten into it though. It's a pretty cool sport.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though. So when we were in the bubble, that became the rave. Like we're in the bubble and we're in Toronto and Edmonton. By the time we got to Edmonton, there were courts being like made in the concourse of the arena for everybody that was playing. It was out of hand, but it was also tragic. I mean, God, I'm going to forget names now, but God, Q wheeled out one of his staff members who,
Oh, fuck.
Oh yeah.
There's guys in our girls' goal.
Yeah. It's bad calf
blew his
injury.
knee out
Yeah.
and like poor. I know what I.
There's just
Billy Zito. So Billy Zito, Bill, don't
hate me for this.
Yarmo and Bill, and they'd go against Darchie and Julian. And I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. I watched those guys play pickleball at the beginning of the bubble. By the time they got to the end, I was like, I'll never play these guys.
Yeah,
they were
they're going on
unbelievable.
tour.
But I'll tell you, they had some wars, like unbelievable competition, and it was impressive. Pickleball's like the players would all play. Like it was a great way to pass the time when you're in the bubble.
Do you ever look back at that bubble? I know that's when you won your first one and be like, how the fuck did we really even do that? Or like, was it just kind of what you were going to do because you had to do it? Kind of.
It's part of that. It's just part of adapting. Like, okay, this is a scenario, but for us, we won. Okay,
Yeah.
so you sit here and say 65 days in a hotel room, no family, no anything.
Worth every night when you win.
But when you win, it's everybody says it's like that's the hardest cup to win. I'm like, it probably was, but oh fuck, like I honestly like you feel. Like Dallas was there the whole time and didn't win, and it's just like I feel for those guys, and like I know a lot of guys on that team, and you wish we both just could have won together, but it was, but that bubble, like it wasn't like we were in a nice hotel, and it was just you were confined. Like, and that was the only part that got kind of tough. Is like, you want to go for a walk somewhere, well, you're walking the hallways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was, they treated you unbelievable. Like, you know, people, I don't have a bad, like, the league did an unreal job for what they had.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience for me. And it was funny because I've never taken a diary or done anything like that in my life. And I wish I would have, but I did of that experience. Yeah. And so, I don't know, I would, you know, like,
Yeah.
to go back and read about it is like, holy cow, I forgot that happened, or I forgot that happened. It was...
How about the when I saw you this summer at Gauzer, the show on I think it's Amazon or something came out of the Road to the Cup.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, "Fuck, I haven't watched it, but I like to know that that's there too." Like how cool are those moments now that, like, you know, guys probably didn't have 10 years ago, like a good film crew, experiencing the struggles, the wins, the losses, and then putting it into this like epic,
to document your life of an event
that will be forever remembered.
So when we got married, I got married in 2005, and my wife was like, no video. I'm like, all right, whatever, save a little couple bucks here on the side.
She's like, you're like,
whatever, I can save a buck or two here.
how serious is she about this whole thing right
So
now?
like, maybe I'm on the out. She doesn't want any documents. She goes, no, I want it to live in our memory.
Yeah.
Well, we just had this rager of a wedding. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything to remember by. And not that I'm listen, it's all in my head. I love it. But to win a Stanley Cup and now two, and to have it documented by like professionals,
Yeah, and your young kids can go back and see, like, you
Oh
know
my
what that was
gosh.
like,
And
even though they're
so we watched together, and that's why I hadn't seen it, so we could get the family together, and we watched episodes together, and so it's kind of cool to. First of all, it's a little embarrassing when you watch yourself, but then, you know, your kid's like. You know, one time my kid gets up and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. He was like, he's actually genuinely fired up.
Hey, Coop, that's why I never watched film on myself out there. I was like, is that what I look like?
Is that it?
I don't look like, how have I been on this
LBs
league for this long? How do I look like that?
No. Well, we just got the story from how you were really, you know, popular at, what's that, Yankee Stadium?
I torch your boy Nigel. I call him the GOAT of video coaches. I
Yeah,
text
tell
him
that
after you
story.
won your other one. I'm like, Nigel, Brady's got nothing on you, buddy. Keep going. You're going to catch him here soon. Tampa Red Sox, Torts, fuck, he's always all over me, but I love him. But they were playing the Red Sox, so Torts the mask guy. Me and Paul Ranger, we can't find our seats, eh? I got two big beers. And
Off day, spring training.
Yeah, off day. No, we have practice in the morning, but yeah, pretty much. And Coop, I got two, like, I'm not just a donkey. I got two of the biggest beers you can get and two
Well, you got big paws. You can handle. You probably
two jumbo hot dogs, and Nigel and Torch at the game, and they spot us, right? Two up and back. So Nigel video clips it. So next day, and we got a game the next day, Coop. Pre-scout, Torch comes in. He's like, you know, boys, Shane O'Brien, right? You know, we give up a first rounder for him. He comes here. You know, I tell him he's got to get in shape and then be a better pro and start to mature and really. Fuck, it's really playing off, boys. Look at this. Nigel, roll the clip. Boom, and there's me and the boys just fucking. I'm like,
It's you with the hot dogs.
two hot dogs, two beers, and I'm like, what? Why do I need this? I was -2 the night before or something. I'm like, I'm just trying to stay in the league.
Yeah, it wasn't about Paul Ranger. It was about you.
It was about Ranger's a sick player. Man.
Oh,
Paul
yeah, he's a
Ranger
good
was
player.
a sick player.
I never got to see him play, but everybody in Tampa raves about him.
Yeah.
What a baller he was.
And it's crazy. Like, we just had Toots on and talked about everything he's come through. And Range was my roommate, you know. And I never thought once that he was dealing with any kind of, like, you know, mental stuff like that. And he's a quiet guy, and then he just had to step away from the game. Like, Tampa offered him a big ticket, and he just said, no, I'm done. I'm not playing. So it was crazy.
Yeah, who was some guys do that. You got to respect it too. Like, who's the running back in Detroit? Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
Like, he was right in his prime.
Yeah.
Best ever, and he walked away.
Even that Aaron Donald's thinking about shutting it down, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I don't know.
Crazy.
Coop, talk about Tampa Bay, like the tradition. So Obi gets there after they win their first cup, and Vinny Cavalier, Marty St. Louis, setting a precedent for winning. Right now, do you feel like the city of Tampa Bay with the Bucks, with your guys, like it's a win? Like we're just winners. Like, and that mentality around the city and with you guys, like.
So I'm biased, of course, but let's be honest. Before that pandemic hit, we were on like a 270 game sold out streak.
Yeah.
It was over like 6 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a team like I was putting the fans through heartache, you know, winning a bunch of games, getting swept. It's like, oh my God. How much
She's like, stick with us.
Oh,
I
yeah.
swear.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank God.
Renew your tickets. I swear we're going to win next year.
That's hockey.
But it all stems from our owner. And he'll be embarrassed that I'm going to say this, but it starts with him and the way he hired people, and he lets everybody do their job, and nobody meddles. and you kind of go to work being like, I don't want to let that guy down.
Yeah.
And it's just the way it works, and it's just carried on. And the other sports, like, I'll tell you, the one year when we won the Cup and the Rays went to Game 6 of the World Series, and it was like crushing for those guys not to win. And then Tom comes in and leads them, and so, you know, we've kind of got a really good thing going down there. But you know, I speak for the Lightning. It is it's a hockey town, and it's you know now that Tom's leaving, you know, I hope that
Maybe
the Bucks,
We'll see.
you know, continue. Well, we
Still looks so good. He should still play.
He does.
His
doesn't
hair
he?
gets-
I'm watching that now,
Have you
man,
met
in
him
the
yet?
arena right
I
now.
know, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
look at his
We
hair.
only on text. We only got
text.
on
Look at his
text.
hair.
Like
His hair's perfect.
I'm like,
Boys, I got a haircut by his hairdresser. So JJ brought me to Baker's Bay last April, and of course JJ's like, I got to go get my haircut by Tom's boy. He's been cutting Tom's hair for 20 years. I'm like, can I please get a haircut too? And it was, I'm like, just make it half decent, you know. He always comments how nice my hair looks.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
well,
and I'm like, but
got
I'm
good
telling
folk.
you, he did something to it. I'm like, this guy's just a genius.
that's what he
I
must
think
only
Tom's,
take.
he's got the
people-
secret sauce.
You and I wouldn't be able to walk. in there.
No.
He's got the secret sauce.
We just say, give us the high and tight, eh? Give us the high and
I
tight.
can't even. Mine at least is having the decency to go gray before it falls out.
What about Arians? You ever talk to him?
I talked to Arians right when he got hired. He came down, did the jersey and stuff like that. But then we never really spoke that often. I actually, Kevin Cash and I are buddies, and you know, we've done a few things. I run a charity, Coops Catch for kids, and fishing tournament. And Casher comes out all the time, so phenomenal guy. But Bruce, I haven't nodded so much yet.
The reason I asked about that kind of that inner portion with another coach is Hitch always used to hang out with Maddon. He's the Angels guy now, right?
Yeah.
But he was
Yeah,
through
John Maddon.
and
Joe Maddon.
Joe Maddon.
He was.
Joe Maddon, my bad.
That was my guy in Tampa.
Yeah, that was your guy, right?
I used to. Yeah, he
Loves
was
his red
unreal.
wine, right?
Unreal to me.
I hear he's the
best.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So when we went to Chicago, our run to the Cup.
Yeah.
And so this was kind of a ballpark. You know, ballparks are getting us in trouble. So it's
Stay away from the ballparks. You get a
it's in
suite or
between
something. eh?
game 3 and 4. And so we won game 3, so we're up 2-1 in the finals. And we go to. I was like, I called Joe and I'm like, hey, he's managing the Cubs.
Yeah.
Brings us in now, like the hitting practice and down in the locker room, meet all the guys, and then he puts me. I'm like, do not put me in seats that I will be on camera. That was the only ask. He goes, no, Coop, I'll look after you. What does he do? He doesn't have anybody around the dugout, and he's got Ryan Bellick, who's our team services guy, awesome guy. He and I sitting right beside him. So he's right here doing this and tugging it here. And I'm right here. You might as well have just grabbed my beer. And so now the whole world knows, there's Coach Cooper at the baseball game. You know, really looking, prepping for the Cup finals.
So you're playing a little guilty in the Cup finals. Yeah, that's all good.
It was fun, though.
How about the day? So Shaddy's a good buddy of mine, and we got to
the
we get him. He's the best. We get him in Newport now, and he's great for the young guys in Anaheim. It was so special when he got the Cup this summer.
Yeah.
You know, because throughout you guys didn't get the Cup after you won the first. Your first
How
one.
about where he took it?
He took it right. Oh, he took
Where
it
did he
right
take
to
it, Manhattan,
MSG.
or where?
No, he took it to MSG.
Right to MSG.
Hey, Rangers.
Hey, a little salt in the wound.
Yeah,
Hey,
like-
Dolan, here you go, bud. Want to come see it?
I mean,
Wanna
it
come
was a
see
little
it?
bittersweet. He's a New Yorker. It was
Yeah.
it was his dream to play for the Rangers. But that was just a big day to get the Cup. You got to bring it to Gazer, you and
did.
Johnny. How was that?
It was, first of all, about Shaddy, the greatest teammate. Honestly, we needed guys like him in our room. And he was a big reason why we won. I understand why he left, finances and all that stuff, but we owe that Cup, a lot of it to him and Maroon, like a ton of guys that came in. Yeah. Anyway, bringing it to Gaza, so we couldn't bring it across the border. So that was a big thing for me. Is I just wanted, my dad to see it, and he's getting older. He couldn't come across, couldn't bring it. So I was like, well, guess we're bringing it to Gaza. And so Tyler Johnson was up there. So I was extremely fortunate. I got to have it, for 2 days. We had 3 days. We combined it, and what an experience! But the thing was, it was the guys that had won it that were up there. Ray Whitney was up there. Gretz was up there. Doug Waite was up there. Chaser was up there. So we had this group of guys. Tyler Johnson, and so you don't understand when people want to drink out of the cup.
Yeah.
And
you got to hold the thing.
only guys that wanted to hold it.
I know, right? Yeah.
And so after 2 days, I'm telling you, I woke up after the second day, and my hands and my
Your
arms
thighs are bruised.
and I'm like, am I getting arthritis like already? Like this, it was. But it's there's nothing like it, and you almost wish everybody could win it.
Yeah.
Just to have
Yeah,
that
really
experience. Like even like Gretz, who has won it 4 times. He was like almost afraid to touch it.
Yeah,
and,
right.
like,
He still looks at it and
in
understands
awe.
that it's
Oh
almost
my
it's
gosh.
bigger than him,
Yeah, it was.
which is crazy. But it's the biggest. It's the biggest person.
That
in
was
hockey.
it was the running joke was there's 2 trophies in the room.
Yeah.
Gretz and one is above the other, and that was the cup, and he'd readily admit it.
Yeah.
Like but it was a great experience. So my family and we had some friends there, but just the people like Oz were so appreciative of bringing it there and getting to see it, and it was that's why you realize why you win it. That's why you win it is to share it. And that was it was the greatest experience.
I went to Ryan O'Reilly, my boy Fat Daddy. I love that kid. Right?
Yeah, had him at Worlds.
Yeah, he's just Coop. When I walked into, I signed a 1-year deal. I took a pay cut to go to Denver. Came from Nashville. They were shit. I was like kind of bummed going to camp, but a chip on my shoulder. Anyways, I met this Ryan O'Reilly. He walked into the room, and I'm like, there's something special about this kid, right? And then I saw, went out for a couple of drinks with him. I was like, great guy. But anyways, he had the cup, and I went there. I'm like, I'm not going to touch it because I never won it. But he brought out I got him a bottle of Blue Label. And he put that Blue Label in the cup, and I was like, "Come here, Fat Daddy. I'm having a sip of that." So, but it's when you see it. I mean, you've won it twice, but when you see it as guys haven't, and you look at it, you're like, "Fuck, wow, there it is."
So
there it is.
Just a couple days ago, we had 4 days off, and 2 of our trainers had it. So our one of our video guys who produces our TV stuff had it. Our equipment guy had it. It was a day off, and our video guy had it in Michigan. I went to all 3.
Yeah.
You know what? You get a chance to go with.
It's fun. Yeah, we had Mike
Costa Cup.
Commodore. We had Mike Commodore on in Scottsdale, and when they won in Carolina,
another beauty,
he went to 12. 12
Yeah,
stops.
all the North American stops. And then he's like,
That's how you
what?
do
The only
it.
thing I regret is just not getting overseas.
I'm shocked he didn't.
He goes, yeah, shit. I wish I would have went to Europe, boys. I got to be honest with you. I'm like, 12's not bad, Combi. 12 Stanley Cup parties is not bad, but.
Coop, have you played in? Sorry,
go
have
ahead,
you
go
played
ahead.
in any of these stadium games? I got a Winter Classic, which is one of my best hockey moments. But you're here in Nashville, and
Yeah, I have not. And I did go to. I was coaching in Detroit at the time. I was coaching a junior B team, and Michigan State were playing. So I went to that outdoor game. I'm going to date maybe 2001 it was. It was freezing cold.
Yeah, the Red Wings Leafs, right? Was that what
No,
it was?
it was Michigan
Oh, my
Michigan
bad.
State,
My bad, yeah.
the college
Okay,
one. And
yeah.
it was awesome. I remember Ryan Miller was playing goal for Michigan State. I think it was a boatload of like future NHLers that played in that game. So really my only experience at it. That's why I'm like really looking forward to to this whole event.
You're the perfect guy to ask because Updogg loved his Winter Classic experience, Coop, and I said I don't even want any part in playing in it. And my part is, it's hard enough to play in the NHL as is, and I'm a 5'6" man, and if I play 8 minutes that night, sitting in cold, so as a coach, are you going to, if you were playing in the Winter Classic and it was cold, would you roll 4 lines in 6D for the boys, or would you still match up if it was like minus, like in Minnesota this year for the boys? Would you still match up or be like, come on, boys, get out there and play?
I always tell the boys, I'll give you a touch early.
Yeah.
You get a touch early, and then after that, you're on your own. I always say,
Oh, that's good for a coach, Coop. You just give me a touch early, like
but I don't dictate the ice time.
No, I know.
You do.
I know.
Players do.
But at least, as long as you get me out there early.
Oh, no,
like
I get
Hartley,
I get everybody out there early.
Hartley, second TV timeout, I'm still not out there. I'm like, come on, man.
Oh,
like,
that's tough.
the legs are a little heavy. You're like, come on here. But
Plus, especially, like, I'm sure there's going to be those. Well, like, Pekka had the big night last night.
we were there.
And those are, like, I remember when Vinny had his and Marty and those.
Yeah.
That's hard. I don't know, I never played in the NHL. So you guys did. Like, how you got to sit there and prep differently when there's a big, long ceremony and there's, that's got to be tough on guys.
So but as you say that, yesterday they did a 6 p.m. Pekka Rinne ceremony. Yossi came out as the captain in a suit, looking just as sharp as he is.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He could go to the same hairdresser as you.
Yeah, no, his boys. I'm
you,
talking,
Tom Brady, and Yost, right?
He's got it all. He's a good-looking cat. But he got up, gave a speech. All the team came out on the bench, and then I'm like, "Is Yossi playing? Like this is?"
That's what I said.
So it started at 6. Game was at 7:30, and sure enough, as they took down the stage and everyone left, the who did they play last night? Well,
Dallas.
Dallas came out and warmed up for 6 minutes, and there was no sign of the. And then all of a sudden, all the 35 Rene jerseys came out.
Yeah.
Boys are wearing their hats, and they got out at the 11 mark, and they started a little slow. I'm
Fuck,
like,
did
oh,
they ever? I
they
took
might-
Nashville. We should have taken Dallas, I think, here.
Yeah,
So they're
but
coming a little slow.
you know, so you say that it was nice to see Yossi like go. You know what? I've warmed up for, let's say, 700 hockey games. I'm here for you tonight, Pex, and I'll still show up. You know, we'll win this one for you.
He's so
I love
good,
that,
huh?
yeah.
How good is
that was like,
Yossi?
it was, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
Speaking
Yossi's-
of jersey retirements, my rookie year we're going into Joe with Anaheim, and it's Stevie Y jersey retirement, right? So I'm like, fuck, Stevie Y, I'm going to go out on the bench here, watch, take it in, hey? And Berkey comes in, he's like, nobody's watching that, all right? We came here for one reason, 2 fucking points. And I'm like, all right, well, okay, but he was like,
Stevie.
yeah, I was like, it's Stevie, but to your point, like, he's like, focus in here.
Yeah.
Stevie Wysham is a legend, but we're here to win a hockey game,
Yeah.
you know, so. Coop, I got to ask you about Corey Perry. I've known Pears a long time. He went with the method: if you can't beat him, join him. You got to give him credit for that. But he got his 4th goal the other night? How's Pears been in the room for? He's just an old school guy.
Okay, I'll say the by his side Hall of Famer.
Corey Perry?
Yeah.
Yes, I think
Yeah,
so.
they'll
100%.
put Getzy and him at the same time.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And so I say this about Corey Perry, Hall of Famer on and off the ice and in the room.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And so you talk about like Shattenkirk coming in, and then we lose him and Goudreau coming in. We lose like those type guys, Coleman, and then now we've got Belmar coming in and we got Perry coming in.
Yeah.
And they just like Julian's done a hell of a job
he is.
finding these
Yeah.
guys like what our fit is.
Yeah.
And but I'll tell you though, Perry is like, somebody asked me the other night, it's like, is there anything about Perry, you know, like you didn't really know about? And I was like, well, first of all, I never got to see him because he's in the West.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how damn, like, not only good, but how slippery and
Shifty.
sneaky around
The
the
worm,
net he
man. That's
is.
his nickname,
It
the
is,
worm.
it is unbelievable. Like, and nothing happens by accident with
No,
him.
Yeah,
fuck no.
Half the time he's looking like, hey, what's going on?
I know, right?
Hey, it's worked since he was 17.
It is, but he
Come on, Pears. We know you did it.
he is remarkable. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, like, for him, I don't know how old he is, and he's played 15, 16 years. He's got 17 goals.
Yeah, I know.
And like he's scoring
And he started
6
slow
on
for
5
you guys, yeah.
big one. He didn't score in his first 17
I know.
games.
I was like, maybe Pears, maybe Tampa's not the pace for you, but he's
But
found it out.
He, but you talk about glue guy, and I remember when we beat Dallas in the finals, and if I was going to circle their top 3 players in the finals, he was one of them.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like
Yeah.
he's, and so I see why teams win with him on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he's
got to be a
hell.
nice feather in your cap, too, that veteran guys want to come. I know you guys are 2-time champs and you can slide in and, you know, they have another chance to win. But as a coach, it's got to be a good.
It's not just the
compliment.
taxes.
That's what
No,
I
it
like.
is-
I like to look at it that way.
No, it
Not
isn't.
the weather, the taxes.
No, but it has to do with the coach a little bit, too, don't you think? It's like if you're a veteran guy,
100%.
like, I want to go and play for Coop.
I
He's a good guy.
got a story about the coach.
But
So
the taxes do matter, too,
Yeah,
Coop. I'm not gonna lie about it.
I got one more story. I'm sitting watching game 3. I think you guys were in, or you were in Montreal, and you guys were up a goal late. Patty Maroon, I think, scored to tie it. Correct me
tie
if-
it.
I'm watching with Braden Shen. We're in Aspen. We're watching this game.
Maroon
And-
ties it with like 5 or 6 minutes left.
And then did you go up a goal and then they tied it? So anyway, my long story short,
We went to overtime.
You went to overtime,
Overtime,
but you
yeah.
came in after them tying it up late.
Yeah.
And basically, you gave a speech that Luke Shen ended up telling Braden that basically you said, guys, this is our night. Like you have this confidence that when you're speaking, you're great with your words. Obviously, we're witnessing that firsthand right now. But your team, like from the guys that I know on your team, you just let them give them confidence through like these little fucking words, and it goes a long way. There's
Totally.
no like head game with it. It's like,
Exactly.
boys, look at us.
Yeah.
We're the best team here. We're going to
Exactly.
win the Stanley Cup. Let's go.
You have to have confidence in your guys. The one thing was when Patty got that goal, because Patty hadn't scored in I don't know how long, and it's given the guys on the team the ability to free their mind and say, you know what, he's fucking right.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
let's just go and win it.
Yeah.
And we ended up didn't win it. You know, we didn't win it that night, but then the next night we did.
Yeah.
And it was it's just you gotta. I'm not sitting here saying I know all. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the best XO guy or any of that stuff. My job is to keep everything on the rails and to try and bring the best out of each and every player, whatever their mood is. Because that guy just came in and got in a fight with his wife, and that guy just came in, doesn't have a wife.
Exactly.
That guy, and you have to corral all these personalities. That's
So
what my
good.
job is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And then give them, that freedom to say, hey, it's okay if you screw up. I don't want you doing it again. But as long as you screw up, trying as hard as you can, I can live with that.
Yeah.
But and our guys have grown through that. There's obviously a little bit more to it than that, but try and give those guys the mental freedom without there's a respect factor and there's accountability factor. Because if you do screw it up, then we will then you come down.
No, that's 100% true, though. Some coaches make it tougher. But, Coop, thank you, buddy. We know you're busy. We appreciate you coming on, fella.
First of all, I want to just say congratulations to you guys. This is this is awesome. I loved your pod with the golfers. Now I got to, in my golf pools, now I got to take
Keegan
Keeks,
Bradley.
I got to take him.
Max Homa.
Steeler
getting
and
his
Homa.
game
So
around.
now
Yeah.
I got to take all those guys. But in commemoration of this, I never wear these shirts underneath here, but I got to.
Yeah.
Is this going to be awkward?
Oh.
He's taking his clothes. He's the first guy to get naked.
Is this
on
going to be
camera.
on?
is this being
I thought
filmed
Uppy
here?
be the first guy to take his shirt off on the show, but I mean,
Hold on.
It's either a Gazer
first,
shirt or it's a fella shirt.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
No way.
Just to commemorate. Hey,
Holy
that,
fuck. Someone
boys.
take a pitch, Max. Take a picture of this. Holy that is unbelievable.
I thought we'd
Yeah.
little
I love
back-to-back.
it.
Wow,
Back to back.
buddy. That is
Okay.
fucking NHL National League right there.
Coop, that's
All right.
fucking
Man, you're a
awesome.
beauty,
the
buddy.
So when you're struggling on the pod, hey, just think, okay, I gotta. What's coach? What would he say to pump me up right now?
Yeah.
Great shirt.
Don't go for hot dogs. That is.
Great shirt. Make sure they don't steal it on their way out.
Thanks, Coop.
All right, boys.
You're a beauty, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate.
DraftKings, baby. The basketball and hockey seasons have reached their second halves. And what better way to get in on all the action but with DraftKings, the leader in one-day fantasy sports. Claim your free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes when using code CurfewKings during sign-up. Playing daily fantasy hockey is simple. Just pick your lineup, stay under the salary cap, and see how your team stacks up against the competition. Basketball fans, you can feel the sweat like never before. Every dunk, steal, assist means so much more with DraftKings daily fantasy lineup. With DraftKings, payday comes every day for players. So what are you waiting for? Head to the app now. Download the DraftKings app now and use the code CurfewKings during signup. This week's DraftKings is putting you in the action with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. That's code CurfewKings, and you can get a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes only at DraftKings. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details. Updogg, that was awesome. Coop from the Tin Roof in Nashville. Morgan Cash with the 6 setup. We could have talked all day to Coop there. He didn't want to leave.
I know they were pulling him out of there.
They were pulling him out of there.
Max producing that show. Max was getting the old hey, he's got to be back to we got the outdoor game. So, like you just said, a big shout out to Coop, one of our favorite guys in the league, one of the best coaches, back to back. And then to take off his tarp, he's the first official guy to get Buck Diddy on our podcast.
For him to make those T-shirts for us, he didn't have to do that. I mean, it was unbelievable. I think we touched on it last week or previous about it, but he was awesome. I got pinned with him at the Tin Roof. He's a great guy. We're pulling for him here. I put some money on Tampa ever since I've become buddies with Coop, and this isn't really going out. I got Colorado to win the cup, and now I got money on Tampa to win it.
I like it, baby. Hard to go wrong there.
Exactly.
Back to back.
Updogg, enjoy Aspen, buddy. I love breaking it down with you. Missed you in the studio, but you go up there, give Izzy a hug for me. Enjoy your time. I'll see you next week, buddy. I'm off to Pebble Beach, so Todd Pickup dialed me in. I got a good weekend ahead of me, so
Yeah.
hit the slopes,
Content,
fella.
baby. Let's go.
That was Missin Curfew.